Hi, everybody else.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Unpolished. Special edition. I mean, look, they're all special edition, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Carlie, what's on your mind?
Well, apart from being super excited for this special guest, I am really tossing up with the idea of bleaching my hair at home, but I'm also super nervous about that. But what's on your mind, Liam?
Well, nothing. The only thing on my mind is that I just feel it in my, I don't know, in my core. I feel it in my guts that Joanna Taylor is approaching. And she's approaching fast. And I'm excited to see what happens when we get her on the call. Everybody, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's give her a call all the way from New Zealand. Please welcome Joanna.
Everybody.
Hey, Joanna. This is so exciting.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'll do 12.
Oh,
yes.
Yay. I'm so excited.
Oh my God. Well, we believe you after that. So everybody watching, I don't know if we said just now who the special guest was. We said that we had a special guest, but this special guest we have is called Joanna Taylor, and she is, I guess, essentially the woman I came out of almost 33 years ago. My mother, psychologist to the stars, and if we just mean people that live in Palmerston North, New Zealand, stars, that's what I mean. Welcome.
They're all stars. Yay!
Welcome.
It came out on Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Is that like a Black Friday or something? Something to do with Friday the 13th?
But it's completely opposite in our family after Liam coming out on a Friday 13th.
Yeah, it's good.
Lucky
Good.
day.
I see you've got a drink there.
I'm drinking. Join me.
Good on you, Joanna. I'm a bit empty, but I'll get someone to refill me soon.
Liam's wine glass he left behind as big as my head.
I did. Thank you for coming and having a chat with us.
I'm excited.
As we said earlier, we've got a few questions for you to crack on with, don't we, Carlie?
Joanna is obviously when you were raising six children, while studying a degree, masters, and then working as a psychologist. How did you do it? What was your secret?
How'd you do it?
There is one secret, and that
alcohol.
His name is Peter Joseph Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, I've got to take some credit where credit's due. I mean, I'm pretty energetic. And obviously, I was even more energetic back then. I was amazingly energetic. And just driven. If I've got a goal, watch out.
No stopping you. Love that.
Yeah.
Joanna, sorry. We should say Joanna. We're a professional.
Oh, Mum works.
Mum. Mother. What would you say? I know there's so much in it to talk about, but what would you say, a quick tip, not a quick, but one thing, the main thing that you would want to tell people that are struggling with anxiousness these days? Because I mean, everybody deals with anxiety, whether it's a, diagnosed condition or not, but what would your tip be of dealing with that? Because a lot of people don't deal with it and don't think they need to, or they don't want to.
They ignore it.
You're so right. I mean, anxiety is a pandemic in itself. It's extreme proportions right now. Even before this pandemic, but now, of course, it's bumped up.
Oh, by the way, everybody at home, I think we already mentioned that Mum's a psychologist, so that's why we were asking in her professional opinion. Carry on.
Yes, so I'm a psychologist, and I'm very privileged to work with an amazing team of people here in Palmerston North, and we work with people with long-term health conditions or cancer diagnosis, a cancer diagnosis, or their family members, and it's a fantastic variety-filled, amazing job that I love. And anxiety is a huge part, health anxiety is huge, but then, as we've just said, anxiety is common to all of us. What is the one tip? One tip's hard. One tip at the top for me would be learning the skill to unhook.
Yeah.
Unhook. What do you mean
Let
by
that
unhook?
settle. So a flash way of putting it, people, is cognitive diffusion. Okay, look that up later. So the modality of psychology or psychotherapy I operate from is something called ACT therapy. You probably have heard of it. It's been around for a few decades and it's gaining momentum more and more. And you've actually got there in Melbourne the ACT guru of the Southern Hemisphere, by the way, right there, called Russ Harris. Yeah, he's our trainer. He's our guru. We think he's read all his books, put them up there, go to his trainings, been to live trainings with him. So ACT means acceptance and commitment therapy. It's just a third wave model of CBT, which you probably know what that is, cognitive behavioural therapy. So,
right.
Yeah.
You're
Gold
speaking
standard.
all these terms and no, we don't know what they are.
People are going to have to jump on Google after this.
Been around since the 50s, Arabic.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Is it more so in layman's terms? Is it like trying to find what makes you anxious and diffuse it, or?
Yeah, definitely knowing source is really important. But the thing is, just that ability to, it's not about changing our thoughts as much as CBT used to and does focus on. That's important sometimes, but actually it's more about your relationship with your thoughts, your relationship with your feelings, and how can you just sort of step back, make a bit of distance sometimes between those thoughts that are not serving you well. Identify the thoughts, feelings that are not serving you well, not constructive to you right now, and learning to, be an observer of self. That step back, third person observer of self is really important. And here comes good old Harry again. You can make fun by naming a particular thought you always have, leave about, oh my God, my nail, not good enough. Here comes Harry again, good old Harry. I get Harry coming by, there he is, and he'll go part. He doesn't hang around forever, he'll move along.
Yeah. So
I don't have to engage with Harry.
Yeah, so essentially it's noting that the thoughts and all of that self-sabotage is happening, but it's just dealing with it and figuring out how you sit with it. Because one thing that's annoyed me, and I've been anxious for a long time, well, as you've said, since I was 0, it's so annoying when people say, well, just don't think that. Just get over that for now. Or just push that to the back.
No.
It doesn't help at all. Like you think, oh, great, well, thanks for that advice. I'd never thought to just not think of it because that doesn't work. So, and it's similar to what you've said. I've heard from a psychologist before, who's not you, someone I spoke to, who said to name my inner sabotager, and we named her Susan. So it's like, Susan, shut up. I know you. I know you're there, Susan. I see you.
Good.
I know that you're not probably going to leave, but I'm not going to talk to you.
Get out.
And it's taking Susan from the point where it's like, you think about the radio analogy, radio doom and gloom is going in our heads. Or, we can let it go all the time. It's quite regular for us to have these radio doom and gloom stuff in our head. It's just about, is radio doom and gloom full throttle, a big woofer beside you, or is it several rooms away in the house, sort of, how you have a radio at the back of the house just going and you're aware of it, you're not really hearing what the song even is, and it's unhooking.
Yeah.
But what you were taught by that psychologist, Liam, is that 3 N's, which is notice, name, and neutralize is the other part of that.
Totally.
Yeah, well done, yeah. The other thing I would say, and you've already touched on it in terms of sort of good tips, is the comparisons. Let's just try and stop with the comparisons. Yeah, we're all uniquely constructed.
No one's perfect. You are who you are, and Liam,
uniquely
you are
constructed.
amazing.
And the other one, can I put another one in?
Yeah.
Another one is recognize what you can control and what you can't. Because people waste a lot of time working away or worrying away or investing time, energy, whatever, into something they can't even change.
You gotta be realistic.
So work out what you can change. Yeah. And then within that group of things that you can change, don't necessarily focus on all those. Focus on things that actually burns your passion, is aligned with your values, not the stuff that's actually that important to you. Don't worry about that stuff.
Mm.
ACT is very values driven. Values.
Very good advice, Joanna.
Very good advice.
Enough.
It's all very true. And we're done with the session. That'll be $350.
Yes.
So moving along. Well, no, that was brilliant. I hope people watching at home actually get something out of that. It's all familiar stuff, but
it's all online.
It's stuff that you really need to think about. And you don't just hear it once and think, okay, well, that's in there, that'll fix that. You have to actually do it. You have to actively keep doing having those thoughts and doing that every day. But anyway, do you have any questions for us about anything at all? You don't have to, but we thought we'd ask.
I'm keeping with psychology here a little bit because I love this topic.
Yeah,
okay,
obviously.
both of you, how much are you doing in terms of mindfulness, meditation, either, same sort of similar things? How much are you doing of that in your day or week? Are you doing that at all? Because it's a really great idea.
I do. I haven't, and I have in the past, a lot of times I have in the past, set a little structure and a schedule for what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it every day and 2 times a day. I haven't done that. I haven't done that for a long time, but I still am doing it. And I would say I do it every day, but it's never, I'm going to do it at 2:00 and that's that. It's just whenever I feel like I'm getting a bit overwhelmed, and that happens every day. And my automatic go-to thing is to go outside. And if I go outside of my house, that reframes everything in my brain. But if I can't go outside because I've already been on my hour walk and it's literally like not legal for me to do it, I guess I do in that I have like 2 things I do that I don't know if you'd call them mindfulness. I've sort of forgotten my specific techniques from years ago, but one thing, and this is really weird, you would never pick me to do this sort of thing, but I started doing it in the hotel quarantine because I couldn't leave the room at all, and that was horrible. I would get on the floor and do like 10 press-ups and keep going until I couldn't do any more. And I would force myself, and I'd be so tired, and I'd keep going, and I'd be shaking by the time I'd do 10 or even 20 or however many I could do. And I didn't care about getting bigger or exercising necessarily. I just needed to completely make something overwhelming happen in my body so that it would distract me. And the other thing I do, and I still do these days, is if I'm really getting a bit stressy, I will, and I heard this on an app ages ago, I try to listen to something that's very close to me. So maybe it's the tinnitus in my ear, and then the music in the podcast that's playing in the background, the car that's next door, out on the street. There's someone yelling down the street, and I just go and I start close, and then I go further and further and further away. So I'm trying to hear the farthest. No, that's the man. What's the one that's beyond the man yelling in the street? I think there's a bird that's further. Okay, what's further than the bird? And I keep doing that until I'm so far away, and I like doing that.
That is mindfulness. You know what you've done both those examples? You've brought yourself into the present moment. That's actually mindfulness simply.
I love that.
And I would add without judgment. You've got to have without judgment and with self-compassion. So absolutely, that physical exercise, it's brought you into the present. And we do the mindfulness exercise with clients all the time. Notice 5 things you can see in the room, that you can hear.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
You can feel, and your bottom against the chair and feet on the ground. So we do those senses things. That's quick mindfulness in the moment. But the exercise is perfect. Because guess where you are? Not when you're in the present. 2 places.
You're in the past or you're in the future.
And when we're in the past, we're going, woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? So that's self-judging stuff again. And when we're in the future, forecasting, we can be doing that catastrophizing. Oh my gosh, what if? Yeah.
And like they say, if you've got 1 leg in the past and 1 leg in the future, you're just pissing on yourself right now. I
love that analogy.
I didn't teach him that one.
Brilliant. So let's do our quick fire round really quickly, which is just 5 questions. I think it's 5 of this or that. So these are quick. It's just answering this or that.
What's on the
I'm
top of
managing
your
my
head?
anxiety now. Some belly breathing. I'll do some belly breathing.
Take your shoes off and ground them.
So the questions are, what are 5 things you can see? No, I'm kidding. That's not the question. The question is, right, would you rather live in high up in the mountains, way away from anyone, like a hermit, you never see anyone, or in a huge big city, in the middle of the city?
Oh, you know what I'm going to say, but it's going to have to be in the city because I'm a people person.
Yeah.
But you know that I really don't want to live in the city, so that was a bit mean. But I have
that
to
was
say
a mean
city.
one.
Yeah.
She's not a city dweller, anyone. I don't think she's ever lived in a city, so there we go. The next one is a fluffy little dog that's living inside always, or a cat that lives outside.
The fluffy dog inside. You might be surprised on that, Liam. I've changed.
I thought you'd say that.
Well, I'm a dog person. You know that. But I'm normally dogs outside, right?
I'm hoping Liam will get a dog soon, actually.
Oh, I really need one. Speaking of mental health, I think that will really help. Anyway, the next one is, would you rather the river or the ocean?
River.
Ooh.
Gin or wine?
Oh,
Now you really got it, Liam.
mean. Can I say what time of day or no, I can't ask
No,
context?
you just pick one.
Wine, Pinot Gris.
Yeah,
You
brilliant.
got more options with wine. You can have red, white.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant.
And our last question, as always, our favourite question of all time. If you were a biscuit, which biscuit would you be and why? You shouldn't be surprised about this. You watch Unpolished.
I shouldn't be. Okay, my biscuit doesn't exactly exist, though it could exist.
Oh.
It's a mallow puff. Do they have them in Australia?
No.
Yeah, which I don't eat them, by the way, but because they're sugar, totally full of sugar. I'm refined sugar free. 2 years and 4 months, whatever, addict.
Fantastic.
So mallow puffs, they've got a biscuit bottom to them, and then you know all the marshmallows sitting on top.
Yeah.
Right. My mallow puff, and they might have made it, would be a salted caramel.
Ooh.
Because you know that whole sweet and salty thing, which you know that's me. I'm sweet. But I'm also salty. I can be real salty. Yeah. And then who doesn't love being absolutely, completely covered in really top chocolate, which would have to be Whittaker's New Zealand chocolate.
So you've just invented your own biscuit, which is completely you.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Sum it up, Liam. Sum it up.
See,
it has to be refined sugar free, so it's going to be a tricky thing.
Of course. Yeah, totally. I was going to say a lemon treat. You know those ones that's lemon icing with a cracker on the either side? That's what I was going to say for you.
Ooh.
They when I ate biscuits like that, I loved them. You knew that. You take off one part, eat that quickly, and then just the licking of the lemon bit.
But it's because it was sweet and salty at the same time.
Yeah.
Everyone likes lemon, but you know, if you use the lemon in the wrong way, it can be sour. It can sting you.
Yeah, and there's salt on those biscuits as well. So yeah, you're
exactly.
onto it, Liam. You're onto it.
And who doesn't want to be covered in chocolate?
True.
Well, Liam had a chocolate fountain at his 21st.
I did. Because that's
How
the
extra?
sort of. I know.
As well as a leopard skin and zebra striped cake and a karaoke.
I know.
So
over the top.
And the mother and the sisters dressing up in ABBA lycra outfits, singing the song written for him.
I wish I could have been there.
Yeah, I mean, the only point is that the latter was something that I didn't organise. The rest of it I definitely did organise.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Awesome.
Anyway, Mum/Joanna Mary Trades Taylor, thank you for joining us today on Unpolished. You've got the tooth brooch on, which we didn't even talk about.
Oh,
but it's there. I saw it at the start and thought, oh, hell, I can see it now.
Oh, look at it. How many teeth?
One of those. 6. One of those molars is probably mine. It's probably one that's broken on there, knowing my tooth. Yeah, oh, God. Yeah, that'll be mine because my teeth are crap.
I had to buy these back I had to buy these back from the Tooth Fairy, as we know.
Yes, as we know. As God love it.
And-
If we had more time, we'd talk about it, but we don't.
We don't.
Joanna, it was an absolute pleasure. I am so glad we got the chance to finally meet, and we are super excited for you to come visit us down under when it's possible.
Yes.
I am super excited. I lost my trip. I've already lost my trip thanks to COVID, so
But we'll
I want to
definitely
come to
make
the
it happen.
bar.
Yes.
I'm coming to the Orange Bar.
Yes. Amazing.
Well, thank you so
Lovely
much
to
again,
meet you.
Joanna. We'll see you all
Thank
next
you.
time.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Liam, your mother is such a delight. I love her.
Isn't she? She's a treat. Yeah, she's lovely. That was fun and some good takeaways too, I think.
I can't wait to get her to Australia so we can get her in soak, get her pampered. Yes,
totally.
She's given me and everybody else who's watching some great tips on how to get through this lockdown with, I suppose, anxiety and things like that. So I think I'm going to go do some of that now, Liam. I'm going to go for a nice walk on myself.
Lovely. I think that's what I'm going to do. Maybe I will, like Mum said, we'll go find somewhere to put me feet on the grass. Haven't done that for a while.
Shoes off.
Okay, yeah.
It's important.
I'll find a patch where there's no dog, purr or needles.
All right, Liam, well, I'm going to let you go now and I will see you next time.
See you then and see you all at home next time.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.